numbers are what the numbers are, and by the numbers, your defense has performed pretty well so far. How have you felt as you reviewed the film? How those guys have done in 2 games?
I mean, the kids have played really hard, but we got a lot of things we can get better at. Which is, I mean, I think that's the process. Game 1 to game 2, you saw some improvement, but then you saw some new mistakes in game 2, and in game 3, we certainly got to get better. And if we want to be the kind of team we want to be, then it's got to be that way every week. You got to keep improving. Certainly early in the season, though, there is some stuff to clean up, but the guys have played really hard, which is good.
Do you feel like, I mean, there were a couple of positions coming into the year, defensive end and cornerback, where depth was a little bit of an issue. Do you feel like guys have stepped up there? Do you feel better about the depth?
Yeah, I mean, I think the guys are playing hard in those positions. Corner, we probably have a little less depth than D end right now. That's certainly, I mean, that's pretty obvious. Where D end, I think we got a little, just by sheer numbers, we have more players there. Certainly, guys have played well. Reggie's played well. Dave Durham's played well. Shakir Soto's played well. Can they keep improving and playing better? Obviously. But those guys have shown up and played well.
Has Rory Blair, talking about defense,
yeah, Rory's done a great job. And, I think Coach Palermo's put him in good situations where, he can succeed early. Not asking him necessarily to play always on first and second down, but playing in more passing situations, more nickel situations. He's done a nice job, and he's given us something off the edge.
Does him doing that, I mean, is that part of the reason that we haven't seen James on defense yet, because Rory's been effective?
No, I mean, quite honestly, the numbers speak for James. Okay. I mean, he's carrying the rock right now and pounding it, and the opportunity just hasn't presented itself. We're still working with James, but again, the right opportunity in the game, and when I say that, I mean not only for us on defense, but also for the player. Putting him in a situation you don't want to. There's nothing worse than putting a guy who's, carrying the ball 25 times and in protection another 10 or 15 times. Well, are we better off putting in a fresh defensive end like a Rory, or are we better off putting in James? The situation of the game kind of dictates that, Sam.
With guys like K'Wan Williams and Aaron Donald making their debuts this past Sunday, is that something you've been able to keep up to date with?
I'm super excited. My wife's been watching them at home. I haven't got to watch the games, obviously. I've seen some of the highlights. I mean, Scott McKillop showed me the highlight of AD with that tackle for loss and the timing. I'm certainly happy for those guys. I talked to K'Wan 2 weeks ago, and I'm thrilled for those guys, but I haven't got to watch the games, no.
And specifically with K'Wan, were you surprised he was able to make it on the Browns' 53-man roster?
You know what? Honestly, no. I thought he had a redeeming quality for us. It takes, and I don't know if they're using him as a nickel. I know they were in training camp, but that's a different kind of corner than a guy on the edge, and he has some qualities that kind of make him different. So hopefully it's the beginning of a long career for him.
You guys have 5 picks already in 2 games. What's been the biggest thing? I know it's only 2 games, but you have to be pleased with the number of.
Yeah, I mean, and so often interceptions. A lot of times, I always say the rush has to match the coverage, and I think that we've had good coverage, and the rush has matched the coverage, and tips and overthrows are what a bunch of those picks come off of. Ray stands out in the BC game. We got a good pocket on that play. Gonzo tips the ball, and Ray catches the tip. So it's been a deal where we've caught the ones that they've thrown to us, and it has been the rush and coverage matching each other.
Reggie was a training camp sensation, I guess. Has he carried that over into this?
Yeah, season? And it's so often we want to. With Reggie, it's because he came to us as a transfer, and because of the time he puts in, Jerry, sometimes you forget that he's young. And I'm certainly pleased with Reggie. and the sky's the limit for him. He's certainly done some great things, and he can be even better, which is so exciting. I mean, I really am excited about him. He's a guy that grinds the tape. I mean, he's in here on his own late at night, and besides being gifted athletically, you can't help but think it's helping him on Saturday.